Hi lovelies, my name is Jessica and welcome to Makeup Misfit and welcome to the new year of 2025. And I figured last night or the night before, within the last couple of days anyways, that I was going to do kind of a last minute impromptu, very small collection and declutter. Now, I figured that what would be a better way to start off 2025 than posting this video on January 1st. So this is the very first video that I have for the year and I'm really excited about it, especially because this collection and declutter, even though it is going to be small, is one that you guys have not seen before. So if you have been with me for a little while, I've been doing collection and declutter videos over the last few years or so. And I don't always tend to declutter a lot because I definitely don't have a massive amount of makeup, which I'm totally fine with. And I also don't like just giving away or just getting rid of makeup to get rid of it. And when I do get rid of it, I feel like I have space to bring more in. And more often than not, I do that, which is totally fine with me. But I do kind of like just going through my stuff and figuring out what I actually like, what works, what doesn't work, what I'm feeling and what I'm not feeling anymore, what's been around for a while, that sort of thing. And this video is going to be my lipsticks. Now, I've done everything else minus like my base products because for me, those are just like basic products that I don't consider part of my makeup collection because it's like an everyday staple. Like I work 6 days a week. I wear makeup 7 days a week. I do my eyes 99% of the time, 7 days a week. So my mascaras, my brow products, my liners, my foundation, concealer, powders, I don't do videos on, but if you guys are curious to see what I'm using, let me know down below and I can definitely do like one video with all of that because it's not a lot of options. I do try to just keep them very narrowed down to like maybe 1 or 2 products in each of those categories. So let me know if you're curious about those because I've never done that one before. I wouldn't mind sitting down and filming that for you guys. But today I figured let's go through my lipsticks, figure out what I'm going to keep, what I'm going to get rid of, and this prompted me over the last couple of days because I tend to try and use some of my lipsticks one at a time. Now, let's just pause and back up a little bit. If you have been with me for the last few years, maybe not so much this past year in 2024, but in 23, maybe even 22, I was saying how I'm not really a lipstick kind of girl, and this project panning stuff that I've been doing, I absolutely love it. And that has what's got me into actually wearing lipstick on more of a daily basis, if not actually every single day at this point, which is so far from where I came from, where I wouldn't wear it at all. I had some, I just would never really wear it. It would be maybe more special occasions if I was feeling it, that sort of thing. But after throwing some lipsticks into my project pans, I figured why not try and keep it up and get some usage and finish some products off. Now, I've been lucky where I've been able to actually finish off like 1 or 2 lipsticks this past year, which for me is a huge thing. I know other people can finish off like 10 plus, and that's just absolutely amazing. I cannot do that, and that is totally fine. But even being able to finish off 1 lipstick in a year, for me, I'm super happy and excited about, and I am like more than grateful that I can even do that. So I did finish off, I think it was the shade Angel from MAC. I finished that off like quite a few months ago. I don't know if it was ever in a project, I can't remember, but it was definitely something that I was just using on my own as well. On a daily basis, I managed to finish that. And then I went to move on to another lipstick that is one that I've had in my collection for quite a few years at this point. And it's one lipstick that I would pick up, wear for a little bit, kind of leave it, forget about it, and then go back to it eventually when I needed something else that I wanted to wear. And it was always one that I was hoping to finish off. It is a mini, but it's just not going to happen. And that is more than fine with me. I've discovered over the last little bit that I don't really like the tone on me, and it's definitely drying up. Like I said, it is older. Most of these lipsticks are probably going to be older. I know for sure one older than the one that I'm talking about at the moment. And I will start off this video with that one. shortly. But most of these have been around for the last couple of years, and surprisingly, I have a lot more reds than I thought I did, and that's really what I want to narrow down, because as much as I love the idea of wearing a red lipstick, and I never ended up doing it over the holiday season like I was kind of hoping to, I just feel like when I wear it, I can't eat because it just breaks up on me. I feel like it spreads all over my face. It just gets messy. Even just wearing lipstick alone sometimes when I eat, I feel like it just wears off so fast that it just doesn't look good. And then trying to reapply it sometimes is difficult depending on the shade. So I feel like red lipstick, as much as I would love to hopefully be able to get into it at some point in the future, I need to find the right one, the right tone, the right everything, the right staying power. And I would like to find a couple of other lipstick shades with the same type of checklist, essentially. So let's get into this video. We are going to just show you, I don't know if I actually showed you or not, but this is all that I have. It's not a very big collection, but it is more than enough for somebody who is just kind of starting to get onto the lipstick train and getting used to wearing it every single day. So I will be doing swatches. Hopefully it's just going to take up the back of my hand, but I did roll up my sleeves just in case. I have my makeup wipes beside me. I actually just ran out to go pick some up because I haven't had any in a while, and we're just going to get into this. So we are going to start off with the lipstick that kind of prompted this video. I was thinking about it the last couple of days, and I was like, I really need to narrow this down. Why don't we film it? So let's just finally dive into this. So the lipstick that started it all is this mini Marc Jacobs lipstick that was either some type of Sephora gift. I don't remember if it was a birthday gift, which it may have been, maybe a, hey, you hit rouge, here's a gift for you, and they used to do that, or a promo. It was something, but I ended up receiving this, and it came with an eyeliner. The eyeliner has been long gone, but this lipstick has been sticking around. And I was really hoping to be able to finish this one off at some point. It didn't have to be by the end of 24, by the end of a certain year. I just was hoping to finish it off. Now, I don't have a ton left, and it's definitely something that I feel with consistent use I could finish off in the next few months. However, I find that this shade on me doesn't look as good as I hoped it would. I love the shade of it. I love the tone of it. I think it's beautiful. But these mauvey, dusty, rosy, mid-tone shades, like it's darker in person right now than it is on camera. But I feel like what it looks like on camera is how it looks on my lips. And it could be the lighting as well. It is pretty gloomy outside right now. I feel like this, the way that you guys are seeing this, doesn't look good on me. And it's pretty disappointing because I would love a shade like that to work well for me. But besides that, I find that this is extremely drying, and it's creamy now, but for some reason, sometimes I feel like it's too dry. Okay, no. It's much brighter, but for some reason, when it's swatched out on my hand in person, that's how it looks. So I wonder if I can tone this down a little bit. Let me just see something. I don't know if this is going to work or not. No. Okay. I can't turn down the lighting on my phone right now. So this is unfortunately not going to be like perfect matches, but it is like a mid-tone, blue-toned mauve pink, with a not a touch of brown, but like almost. Like if you guys know this lipstick, you would know what I mean. I don't like it on the back of my hand. This is much brighter, unfortunately. And it's just like not pretty at all. I don't actually know the name of this shade. Does that show you? No, it's even darker in person. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Okay, so if you search up Kiss Kiss Bang Bang by Marc Jacobs, I don't even know if it's going to come up anymore because Marc Jacobs Beauty hasn't been around for a little bit. It was very creamy putting it onto the back of my hand, but when I put it on my lips, it just feels dry sometimes. And with the way that it looks, I don't like the color on me whatsoever. So I am going to get rid of this. It is a very sad moment, but I'm also like more than okay with it at the same time. There's a very small part of me that's like, you need to hang on to it, but I really don't. So this is the first lipstick gone. That is the one that started it all. So I'm going to just start with the bottom row and work my way up. So the very first one is the Smashbox one, and this is, I don't even know if I can see a shade name on here. It doesn't look like it, but here is a red. I have this, yeah, there's quite a bit in here. Like, I don't think I've even actually ever used it. I've probably swatched it out, and again, this is much brighter. I wish I could get like an actual photo of what these lipsticks look like. I think what I'm going to do, if I remember, is take a photo at the end, and then I will screenshot it or post it onto the video at the very end so you guys can kind of see what they look like. And I will maybe try to see if I can even like label them, if you know I'm that good. But this is what that one looks like. Again, much brighter in person, or in what you guys are seeing, but it's just a little bit too bright of a pink for me, I think. So I'm going to probably get rid of that one. And beside, like, looking at this one in person beside that one, I don't mind it as much, but I think it's just because of how much brighter this one is. It's like got a little bit of a pink tone to it. But it's not something that I think I'm ever going to actually end up wearing. So that can go. Next is Give Beauty. This is newer to my collection. This one also happens to be a red, and it looks quite bright on camera. This doesn't have a whole lot, so I do hope that this is one that I can kind of get through. And this one's very creamy. This one looks so similar, but it's just got the tiniest difference to it, which you can barely even see. But I think it's got a little bit more of a blue tone to it. So I am going to keep this one just because it is a little bit newer to my collection. So I will try to give this one a go. And then I think what I might do is do like maybe a final video later after I really test out the ones that I'm going to keep and see how I feel about them, and then possibly declutter more at that point. But I just needed like a starting point right now. So we're getting rid of 2 and keeping 1. And then this one I have from Makeup Forever. This is, I can't read it. It's another red though. What's this one? Again, it's looking not so great, and I don't think I ever really used this one, but that's okay. And it feels like it's kind of like moving around in the components, so I think it's time to let it go. But this is what it looks like. Again, these 3 look so similar. And I think it's just a touch bit brighter than the Give one, but I think I'm ready to let it go. And out of those 3, I'd rather keep the newer one anyway. Now we have a mini MAC lipstick. It's another red, and this one is in the shade Ruby Woo. So we all know what this one looks like, and it's definitely drier. But I'm going to hold on to that one just because it is a classic, and I bought it in a mini for a reason. This was one that I was hoping to kind of find a good red lipstick, and I decided to test this one out. So we're going to see. I'm going to probably swatch the reds together once I have figured out what I'm keeping and see like how similar they actually are. But that one I feel like I need to keep. Now the next one is actually what I'm wearing on my lips today. Now this shade I actually like a little bit more than I do the Marc Jacobs one. Now this is by no means the same color, but this is by NARS. I actually just sharpened it again today, and it's the satin lipstick pencil, and I wish that they still made these. I don't think they do. I haven't been able to find them at all. But it is a very sheer, which I like. Much sheerer version of this essentially, and I think that's why I like it. And it's also not matte, which I think more of these lipsticks are going to be matte than anything, which is a little bit unfortunate. So I think I would like to try and find something that's not going to be matte, like more of a satin or something along those lines. Sorry, my hair is just kind of like all over the place right now. So this one I am for sure keeping. I want to completely finish that one off, and then once it's done, hopefully find something else to replace it. I have a lip chap in there. I think this is just like a chapsticks, and the packaging label just came off, but I'm going to hold on to that. And then what I am finally going to also get rid of is this NARS Orgasm lip gloss. Now, this has the little goldish shimmer in there, and it's pretty. I don't mind wearing it once in a while. It's definitely been a long time. Sorry, my phone's going off like crazy right now. But it's not something that I ever reach for. And I think I'm kind of over it. And I want to find a good lip gloss. I'm not a lip person, really. Oh. Sorry, I just got a text that I really gotta look at that one. Okay, anyways, this is, yeah, like I said, I think I'm just over this. I want to find a good lip gloss. I love the idea of like the juicy, glossy looking lips that just looks so pretty, but I want to find something that's going to give me that, that's not sticky, not incredibly slippery, but just like something really nice and light. So if you guys know of anything, please let me know down below, because I would love to find something to replace this with. But this one is going to go as well. So this is another red. You can tell by the packaging. This was one of those Viva Glam lipsticks, and Viva Glam 1. This is looking so rough. It looks incredibly dark, which it is. Oh, this is actually just like a touch bit darker than this. It doesn't look like it on camera, but in person, this is a little bit darker than the Marc Jacobs one. It's definitely more on the red side, but compared to these 4 reds, it's closer to this one, which is kind of surprising. This has been along in my collection for a very long time, so I am going to get rid of this one because I'm not going to ever wear this one, so I am more than okay parting ways with it. Now, this lipstick, I don't think I've ever actually used. This one is by Laura Mercier, and there's absolutely nothing on the packaging except for the bottom of it. And I think this came in like one of those Sephora favorite packages, and it's a beautiful pink, but I've never worn it. I've swatched it, but I've never worn it, and a part of me can just not get rid of it. So I think I'm going to actually hold on to this and test it out and really try it on my lips and see how I feel about it, because I think I need to at least give it a little bit of a shot. It is older, but it's actually a pretty shade on the back of my hand, so I'm really hoping that this one's going to look good. It is a full size. So, I mean, you know, the idea of finishing this off, not anytime soon, but I do love the idea of a pretty pink lipstick, and I think this might be the one that I'm going to try. I have another MAC lipstick here, and this one is also not going anywhere. However, I will more than likely not be ever wearing this on my lips. This is the shade Saint Germain, and this was my very first MAC lipstick. I absolutely love it. It's my Barbie pink, like blue toned light, almost one of my favorite shades of pink ever. I absolutely love this. Maybe, I don't know if I would actually ever repurchase it, because it's not a shade that I would wear on my lips unless I was doing some sort of like 80s themed makeup look for some reason. But I feel like I cannot get rid of it just for nostalgia's sake. And it was my very first, not just MAC lipstick, but I think it may be my very first MAC product. And I just need to hold on to it. So I'm going to be keeping this. I might test it just to kind of see if I can use it to like tone down a different shade, that sort of thing, like mix it in with something else on the back of my hand. And then depending on that, I may pick up a new one. But I still have like, I use this a lot, but it's way too like light and bright but like baby pink on my lips, so it just doesn't look good. But I think maybe with the right makeup look I could make it look good, or mixing it in with another shade to kind of like change the tone of it a little bit, or brighten it up, or not brighten it up, like tone it down a little bit. I don't know. That's one shade that I just cannot for the life of me get rid of. And then I do have another lipstick. This is by Becca, and this is in a red, and I kind of wish I bought a nude lipstick from Becca. I purchased this just as they were going out. I bought my mom a few, but she got like the nude colors. And I was looking for a red, and I got this one, and I cannot get rid of it for that reason. It is pretty though. It's right there. Now the shade, I can't read that either. These are all way too small. But I think I'm going to keep this one. I know Becca closed a few years ago already at this point, but with the red lipsticks that I'm keeping, I think it's got a little bit more of like an actual red to it, where some of them I find is just a little bit pinkier or a touch more like berry toned, which isn't quite what I'm looking for. You know, this shade, this Marc Jacobs shade, with everything swatched out, doesn't look as bad, but by itself, I hated it. And obviously that's how I'm going to be wearing it, is by itself. Like, I'm not going to be wearing a ton of different lipsticks with it, so it is still going to stay out, but like, I want to find something similar to this, just not as like mid-tone, blue-toned, dusty rose mauve-y. Just lighter, if that makes any sense. Now that I'm going through this, I do think I'm missing, because I know I didn't use it up, but I had a Pat McGrath red lipstick, and I don't know where that is now that I think about it, because it's not in here. If I do happen to find it, I will keep it, just because it's Pat McGrath and it's newer to my collection. I'm sure it's a mini. I know that. I think it was like a little add-on or something. But I want to say that one was more of like it was red, but it was like darker, like a berry, not quite a berry, but almost a berry toned red, which isn't quite what I was looking for when I got it, but maybe if I'm in the mood for it. Okay, so we're gonna move on. This is from Bite, who has closed down a long time ago. And you know what? Now that I think about it, I think this is the one that's really dry, not the Marc Jacobs one. That one's just like, eh. This is just one of those pencils. I don't even remember the color name. And this one is a little bit darker than the Marc Jacobs one, but I do not like this on my lips. Not at all. So this one's gonna go. It's a pretty color. And compared to the Marc Jacobs one, I like this better, but I'm just not going to wear it because I have put this on. I was actually wearing this before I used my NARS one, and it was just like too drying, too much. I didn't like, it was very like, not hard to put on, but when I put it on, it didn't blend very well. I wasn't able to like move it around. There was no slip to it, so I almost had to like put chapstick on just to be able to blend it out a little bit better, because I just wanted a light amount of this, not as much, like I didn't want a heavy hand of it, and that's kind of how it just would come out. So I wanted to try and lighten it up, like shear it out a little bit, so I had to like add a chapstick of some sort just to be able to do that, and it's just too much work, so I am going to get rid of this one. And then I have two Superstay Matte Ink from Maybelline. So we're going to chat about the red one. I bought this one because I figured if I was going to wear red, having the issue that I have with trying to keep it in place as I eat, a liquid lipstick is the way to go. This is a very pretty shade in person. It is a little bit darker, and this is kind of more or less what that Pat McGrath one was looking like that I was just talking about, but it's so drying that I love the idea of it, but I just need a little bit more moisture to the lips, and I don't think that this is going to be the one. Again, I've worn it before. I've really enjoyed it, but I still had some issues with it breaking apart on me. So, and like just not looking so good. So I am going to get rid of this one, which is very sad to me because this was like my solution and it has not had a lot of uses on it, but it is time that I let it go. And then last but not least, I have this one, which is supposed to be, I don't even know the name of this one either, but this is supposed to be a nude tone. Now this red one is number 20 and this one is number 65. And I really wasn't sure how I felt about this one color wise, and I still kind of feel that way. This is what it looks like. So it's deeper on my hand. It's definitely looking a lot brighter and not so nice on camera. But again, it's almost like a little bit more of a nude version of this one. You definitely wouldn't be able to think so looking at it on camera. Even these two are kind of similar in a way, but again, it's the same formula. And I think that as much as I didn't mind this one, I did kind of like it. I don't think it's something that I'm going to reach for because I just never do. So I think it's also time for me to get rid of this one, which is again kind of really sad. But those are all of the lipsticks that I had that I swatched out for you guys. So I'm going to rub this off and I'm going to count and see what I have left over and what ones I'm getting rid of. And I should do that in just a second. This shouldn't take long. Okay. So I am keeping a total of 6 lipsticks. That is it. That is all. And 3 of them are reds. The other ones are more of like a pinkish tone. So I have the Laura Mercier one, which is pink. I have my Forever Saint Germain, which I won't use. So technically I have 5 lipsticks that I possibly will use. My Becca. I have the Give Beauty. I have MAC and Ruby Woo. And then my NARS pencil, which I will use this up completely. So I want to try and find, well here, these are the ones I'm getting rid of. And I did want to show you guys something as well, which I think I forgot to do in the beginning. These are the ones that I'm going to be getting rid of. So those can go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So not bad. I'm decluttering more than I'm keeping, which I'm happy about. But I did want to show you guys this. This is technically something that I have in my collection that I didn't really like count towards my collection. This has also never been used. So this is actually a lip palette from the Mac and Jeremy Scott collection. If you have been around and you have watched recently, I think it was either my Alice in Wonderland project or #Beauty Chest. I have the face palette, which is a CD in there, and all that I have left is the blush. I am keeping this strictly for the packaging. Like the cover name sheet is still in here, which I never ever keep, but these have never been used. And I don't plan on it. Like a couple of these shades I think are really pretty, like this one, and like, I don't know, maybe this middle one or this one, but I don't think I would actually use them, especially considering how old these are now. Not that that always determines things for me, but I mean, I want this for the packaging. So this is staying, but I'm not technically considering it a part of like the lipsticks I'm keeping. But with that, I do want to try and find something that I can use on a daily basis, and I'm having a bit of a hard time trying to figure out what that is. Now, I've been looking at a couple. One, I don't even know if it's been discontinued or if it's just out of stock and it's eventually coming back. But I saw Sephora, because right now they have like an extra 20% off of their sale items for Boxing Day. Or Boxing Week, I guess. It's Yves Saint Laurent, I think. I know I'm pronouncing that like totally wrong. And it's like it's Valentino, and it's a spike something, and it's like couture in the streets, I think is what the name of the shade is, and it looks so pretty online, but it's out of stock. I don't even think we have Valentino at our Sephora. I haven't been there in forever, but I don't think it's there. That is one that I was actually willing to like fork out money and try. I have a couple gift cards that I got for Christmas that I was willing to put towards just that one single lipstick, because the color looks beautiful, looks like something I would enjoy. And then there's Merit, which I've never actually tried any Merit products, but the shade Baby, I think it is, looks like something that I might like. So a part of me is debating, you know, when the Sephora VIB sale rolls around, even though I did not hit Rouge again this year, I might try and pick up that lipstick. We'll have to see. But if there's anything that you guys have an idea of, if you know those shades, like something that's like a nude but kind of pinky, not like too much, definitely lighter, even something like a stain. I've never tried a lip stain, so if there's any that you guys like formula wise really enjoy, let me know down below, and then I can like take a look and see what shades they have, and if there's something that might pique my interest, and maybe try something like that. And it doesn't have to be from Sephora, it can be drugstore as well. I'm just trying to find a really good everyday lipstick that's like neutral, slightly on the pink side, but like not too much, but those like mid-tone bluey pinks, the mauvey dusty rose. I love the idea of them, but they just do not look good on me, and it's unfortunate, I think, but unfortunately it is what it is. So my little makeup collection is going to be looking very, very small here, but this is all that I have left, which is more than okay with me. I will test these ones out, and then I will do an actual like maybe really truly get rid of a couple of more, or just keep the ones that I have and see how that goes. Because really I have like 4. My lip chap was in there. I'm not using Saint Germain. So, and then I know I'm going to be using this one up. So once this is done, I'm only going to have like 4 lipsticks, and 3 of them are red. So I think I need to kind of find something sooner than later. But that is it. That is all. So thank you guys. Like I said, if you want to see like my base products, let me know. I do have a bunch of fragrances somewhere. I know that when I moved, I packed them up, but I cannot for the life of me find them. If I happen to find them, I could always do like a little fragrance collection video for you guys too. Let me know if that's something you're interested in, but that's going to not be right away. I really have to like search and find where those boxes are and where that stuff is, because I know I didn't get rid of it, but they've like disappeared into thin air. So let me know if that's something you're interested in, and I will look even harder for them, and I will definitely do that at some point in the next year if I can find them. But I can definitely sit down and show you guys just what I'm using on my face base wise, like on an everyday basis. Like I said, I only really have like 2 or 3 products, if that, 1 product per category, so it's not going to be an overwhelming amount. And then eventually I will get my blush, highlighter, bronzer, eyeshadows, palettes, and singles up. They will more than likely just be collection videos. I don't think I'm really doing any declutters, but I do kind of want to sort through. There's a couple of things I'm iffy about, so I don't know if I'm not going to declutter them right now. I don't know if I'm going to at all this year. There might be a declutter video coming for 26, but that's well into the future. It is only January 1st today. So again, Happy New Year. I hope you guys all had wonderful holidays, a wonderful Christmas, celebrated last night, and that is, you know, how it should go. So thank you so much for watching. I really truly do appreciate it, and I appreciate you, and I will see you guys all later. Bye.